The Leviathan, a mythical creature that has been mentioned in various cultures, religions, and has spawned many myths, this monster, often described as a snake or a giant dragon, has been seen as a symbol of strength and power. But what is behind this creature? Is it really just a myth, or is there something more? So today we will see the history and theories about the Leviathan, from its origin in the Bible to its role in mythology. So make yourself comfortable and let's get started. The Leviathan is considered a mythological creature that is referred to in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament. It is a sea creature that represents chaos. This creature would have been created by God. It is represented by many forms, such as a snake, a dragon, and even associated with whales. Whatever the case, it is always interpreted with chaos, originally from the Hebrew culture. The Leviathan is mentioned many times in Judeo-Christian texts, and because it is associated with evil. The Leviathan is one of the main figures of satanic worship, so we will see each of its stories within these different cultures. Before starting with the stories, let's see how he was represented, or how they thought his appearance was, and is that it is represented as a terrifying sea serpent, could create storms and waves as its destructive capacity was unlimited. Also, the Leviathan is related to the crocodile. It is also described as a monster with many scales. According to Judaism, Leviathan is a monster fish that was created on the fifth day of creation, and that will serve as a banquet to honor the time to come. According to Hebrew tradition, Leviathan is a sea monster and represents evil. In the book of Job it is described as a kind of crocodile, while Enoch says that Leviathan and Behemoth are a couple of dragons, the first female and the second male. He tells us that Leviathan lives in the sea, while Behemoth lives in the desert. According to rabbinical texts, Leviathan was created on the fifth day of Genesis and then was subdued by the archangel Gabriel with the help of Yahweh. Also, some say that the Leviathan has several heads, like a multi-headed dragon, while others say that in the beginning there were two Leviathans, but God killed one because he realized that if they joined forces they would have been able to destroy the world. The Leviathan is a being that for centuries has been recognized as monstrous and very frightening, a sea beast that was already named in the Old Testament and has often been associated with Satan. In medieval times, the monster Leviathan was assimilated to an aquatic demon that tried to possess people, and these were very difficult to exorcise afterwards. Now let us turn to the origin in the ancient Middle East. The Hebrew Leviathan was a development of the earlier Canaanite sea monster Leviathan, described as a servant of the sea god Yam, in the cycle of Baal discovered in the roots of Ugarit. The accounts are confusing in this part, since some sentences do not distinguish whether the Leviathan or other monsters are mentioned. Most agree is to describe Leviathan as the fugitive serpent, but also as the serpent snake, or the mighty one with 7 heads. In the late Jewish literatures, they describe the Leviathan as a dragon that lives on the fountains of the deep, and that, together with the earthly monster Behemoth, would serve to end the world. In the explanations it is said that God originally created a male and a female Leviathan, but upon seeing the destructive power he decided to kill the female, reserving her flesh for the banquet that will be given to the righteous at the coming of the Messiah. The commentary on Genesis 1 verse 21 mentions the following: the sea monsters, the largest fish of the sea, and in the words of the Agada, BB 74b, it refers to Leviathan and his mate, which he then created male and female, and he killed the female and salted her for the righteous in the future, for if they spread, the world would not exist because of them. I hope you are enjoying the video, and if so, don't forget to subscribe, leave your like and a comment. Now let's continue. The Leviathan of the Middle Ages was used as an image of Satan, threatening both God's creatures, trying to eat them and his creation by threatening to stir up the waters of chaos. Saint Thomas Aquinas described Leviathan as the demon of envy, first to punish the corresponding sinners. Peter Binsfeld likewise classified Leviathan as the demon of envy, and as one of the 7 princes of hell according to the 7 deadly sins. Leviathan was associated with, and may have originally referred to, the visual motif of the gates of hell, a monstrous animal where the damned disappear at the Last Judgment, found in Anglo-Saxon art around 800 and then spread to Europe. Young Earth creationists argue that both the Leviathan and Behemoth shown in the Bible could have been dinosaurs still in existence when the Book of Job was written. The Revised Standard Version of the Bible suggests in a footnote in Job 41 verse 1 that Leviathan may have been a name for crocodile, and in a footnote in Job 40 verse 15 that Behemoth may have been a name for hippopotamus. In Levian Satanism, according to the author of the Satanic Bible, Anton Zander Levy, the Leviathan represents the element of water and the direction west. The element of water in Satanism is associated with life and creation and may be represented by a chalice during ritual. In the Satanic Bible, Leviathan is grouped as one of the 4 crowned princes of hell. This association was inspired by the demonic hierarchy of the Book of Sacred Magic by Abramelin the magician. The Church of Satan uses Hebrew letters at each of the points of Baphomet's sigil to represent Leviathan. Beginning at the lowest point of the pentagram and going counterclockwise, the word reads Leviathan. In demonology, Leviathan is one of the 7 princes of hell envy. This is the story of the fearsome and destructive Leviathan. In conclusion, it was mentioned in various cultures, following the unknown if it really existed or just a myth. Although the parallelism between good and evil causes an interesting attraction, we will not know exactly the truth. I hope you liked the video and see you in the next one. See you later.